Hello guys, and in today's video I'll be doing a facts video. So I plan to do a series called AeroSG which will feature Singaporean aerospace history, some back from information and some facts which are quite interesting to learn about. So without further delay, let's get started. So do they know that there are around 44,000 airports in the world according to a source in 2015, and these include commercial airports, military airports, airfields, and airstrips. That's quite a lot. But there's one airport in Singapore that's quite very famous for its reputation, of course. This particular airport has only one airline, commercial airline, serving it to one destination on one aircraft type, which is the ADR-72, 6 times a day. So, for people who have watched my channel previously, you'll know what airport it is. It's none other than Seletar Airport. So, what is so interesting about this airport? Let's see it. This airport is a military airport located in the northeast region of Singapore and is managed by the Singapore Airport Group. Originally, the airport was completed in the 1928, so quite very long airport, as a Flying Royal Air Force Station or RAF Seletar, and was also Singapore's first international airport. Very interesting. And it is approximately 16 kilometers away from Singapore Changi Airport, world's best airport if you don't know. So you got the backstory, but let's go to know more backstory, the more history part. So during World War II, there was some kind of fear for the British, and the reason was very simple. It was the Japanese. Singapore was part of the British colony in World War II at that time, and at that time the Japanese were growing very aggressive and were kind of like invading China, etc., and were coming southwards towards Southeast Asia. So the British tried to make some defenses to protect themselves and Singapore against Japanese. So to do this, they had built some airfields and they did some kind of military stuff, etc. We don't want to go into a lot of history. And one of the airfields was Seletar Airport, called today as Seletar Airport, formerly known as Seletar Airbase. Sorry. So, but unfortunately, the British failed, and more things happened in the era. So very bad thing. Then the USA dropped two atomic bombs in Japan and ended World War II, and British again returned, and blah 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 blah. So it's a very big long story, but we don't want to hear long stories here. Let's just make it short. So when the British returned, of course Singapore declared independence, and it was kind of a very bad thing. You see, of course, you come back and suddenly they say we don't want you. So poor British. Anyway, let's get back. So after the British left, the Seletar Air Base was kind of like stranded. They didn't have nothing to do until some flying schools, flying clubs all came there and they began up. And that's one of them is Singapore Youth Flying Club, which I went there recently and saw it was very good there. So blah blah blah. I don't want to talk about that now. So it's quite a very big thing. And they also had plans to expand. There had been a proposal to extend its runway to 2,000 meters, currently at 1,840 meters, so as to be able to receive the Boeing 737 used by many budget airlines, of course, a very famous Ryan. However, after considerations by the Singapore government and the CAAS, Civil Aviation Authority of Singapore, they decided to build a budget LCC terminal in Singapore Changi Airport instead. So, quite bad thing actually. So a lot of things happened, and so yeah, as years passed on, some airlines decided to move their operations from Changi Airport to Seletar Airport. And I'm not sure about the main reason, but from my inference, I just learned that this is because Changi Airport, that airspace is highly crowded, and you can see the interval between two aircrafts, either landing or taking off, is very short. It's around half minutes, half and 1.5 minutes. So to reduce traffic to Singapore Changi Airport, they decided to move some operations, mostly turboprop operations, to Seletar Airport. And of course, Seletar Airport can receive some turboprop like the ADR-72. So easy, well done job as well. But here's where things got very awkward. Because of one problem, two nations kind of got into a fight. So let's see what happened actually. So the controversy occurred when Malaysia banned its airline Fly, blah 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 blah. So what happened really is this. Firefly, one of the two subsidiaries of state-owned Malaysia Airlines, from using Seletar Airport after the relocation. So this was all the backstories. But let's go into the main story. So to make the long story short, I'll tell the whole thing. I actually have a huge book about it, but not read about it. So Firefly, one of the two subsidiaries of state-owned Malaysia Airlines, decided to move their operations to Seletar Airport, but then they kind of like banned the service, and there was a huge problem. The reason was very simple. There was actually an aeronautical information publication for the instrument landing system on 1st December 2018 that covers Johor airspace as Pasir Gudang, an act which Malaysia claimed violated its sovereign territory. So it was like they wanted to build an ILS system, and the ILS system was over Pasir Gudang, which was part of Johor, which was part of Malaysia. So they was like, you're taking our part of our airspace. We can't allow this. This is against laws. So something like that. And there was like kind of fighting. There was like it was kind of a very heated debate. Then, as a retaliation, Malaysia came into Singapore waters, and there was like a huge thing, a huge kind of controversy that went on for 2 months, I guess, a month or 2 months. Then after that, they declared Pasir Gudang as a restricted military area on 25th of December 2018. So problem solved. But there are some effects of this problem, and that effect is that some airlines which were planned, such as the Berjaya Air and Malindo Air, which also planned to commence operations between Seletar and Malaysian destinations in 2019, actually banned, and this impacted a lot. So now they only have Firefly, which is operating the ADR 72s just to Seletar 6 times a day, from Seletar to Seletar and to Subang and from Subang. So quite a bad thing. But there are also some airlines like Airmark Aviation and East Indo, which have charter destinations to Batam and Pekanbaru. So quite a bad thing actually. But it's quite interesting to know about Seletar Airport, considering the fact that this airport, which started as Singapore's first international airport, ended up in a controversy that had two friendly nations such as Singapore and Malaysia get into a heated debate that ran for nearly a month or two, and many people were like retaliating, and comments were actually flooding in at that time. And some of my friends also said that they were like taking sides in my uh, friend circle. So it was quite a very big thing. But then things are okay now, so not worry about it. So what are your thoughts on this? Comment them below, and I'll be happy to read them. And I'm sorry for my voice. My voice is quite bad, and also the background noises. Begin outside, not inside recording. And also, I'll be honest, guys. I am not doing this very frankly. I'll be frank. I am actually using some kind of sources for videos, so sometimes the sources may be wrong. So at that time, please do not get angry and speak something harsh. Just point out the wrong thing, and I'll try to rectify it in the video. So thank you for listening to my video, and have a nice day. Bye bye.